Live here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. This is the Slide Jawb Racing League All-Star Race, qualifying race actually. I am Josh Copperl. I'm joined in the booth by Dawson Allen. How you doing, Dawson?
What's up, Josh? It's great to be here, and it's great to be a part of this league here tonight, Slide Jawb Racing League, putting on an all-star event here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Should be a really fun one here at the Last Great Coliseum.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to this, and a little bit of a different situation going on tonight, guys. So, usually on Tuesday nights, you see Cup cars. Well, like I said, this is a qualifying race. They're qualifying in with Legends cars tonight. You're going to see these little cars going around 20 laps here at the Bristol Motor Speedway before they hop into their Cup rides to take on the All-Star race.
Yeah, and I really like the way this is going to be presented here. You're going to have these new cars. These guys, may not be used to running as often as like the next-gen cars. So we're really going to see a big difference in how this racing goes, I think. And it's a great curveball to throw as a way to qualify for the race, to qualify the field, to kind of set things up for tonight's All-Star Race main event.
Yeah, in the whole, the cars, both of these cars, the Cup cars from this, are two different animals. So, it's not as easy as just hopping into a car that you're not used to and going out there and running. Obviously, racing is same concept. Try to go out there, be fast, but there's a whole lot more to it. You're taking guys that are used to racing the Cup car already this season and putting them here in a Legends car. It's could be chaos.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what happens here as this run goes. We've got, it looks like, 8 guys here tonight for this qualifying for the All-Star race. So we'll have to see how things shake up as we're watching. Everybody looks like starting to roll off of pit road, heading out to go start their qualifying lap for this qualifying race.
And so far it is Robert Lukens who is out on track first on his first lap, running the high line through 3 and 4. Going to come to the start-finish line, be first on the board. And Robert Lukens with an 18.207 to start qualifying.
William Martin just jumped to the top of the board, a 17.889. As you see some more of these guys continuing on, Lukens completes his qualifying run, as does Austin McGill. As now the 41 and the 5, that's Dalton Kilrow and William Martin. They complete qualifying. Lukens, though, back to the top of the board with a 17.751. Zach Amon, he sets it down at an 18.5. Going to have to really improve on the second lap to go for that pole position if he can. As we see him coming through 3 and 4, hugging that bottom line, but at the stripe, it's going to be a 17.817. That is good for third fastest here in qualifying.
Noah Mayuri already completing his warm-up lap now on his first lap. Once again, going all the way to the top, running the high line through 3 and 4. Possibly going to look to the bottom here for his second lap. Noah Mayuri, P6 so far.
Yeah, qualifying these cars here, it's almost like qualifying at a plate track. You're going to start that car up top, just build as much momentum as you can, and that second lap is your money lap. That is the lap that you're going to get the fastest time in. As we see that 8 car come across the start-finish line, he goes to the top of the board with a 17.745. And then we see here the 17 of Brian Dees goes 5th fastest with a 17.852. Right now, everybody has now turned qualifying laps. The final car turning their final lap there was Michael Thorpe Jr. with a 17.955. Not enough to improve from the 8th place position, as everybody has now gone out and qualified. Everybody just kind of turning laps at this point. Try to get a feel for things here for this 20-lap shootout.
That's one nice thing about iRacing is qualifying sessions. You're pretty much in your own little session in a way for qualifying, so you can go out there and keep turning laps and not impede anybody else's qualifying lap. And so a lot of guys you were seeing just continuing to run laps, and I think it's just more practice for them. It's a free practice session essentially.
Yeah, it gives them time to get those laps put together, get a string of laps if they can, and just see what'll be comfortable for them and what they'll be able to do in this race once we get it into the session. So right now, we're just in a waiting period. Everybody's made a qualifying lap. Everybody's turned their time in. Of course, as we just wait another minute, 20 seconds for the full length of this qualifying session to go through. Gives everybody an extra minute and 10 seconds to kind of just ease up and get ready to go here.
So, usually we would do picks to win, but Dawson, you're new here, first race, calling for SJRL, so I'm not really sure if I want to put you on that spot. Is probably only one name in here you recognize, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a pick myself, just because I know this is a qualifying race and to get into the All-Star, only 20 laps, of course, but I'm gonna say Noah Mayeri, he looks fastest in this qualifying period for the qualifying race so far, but I'm actually gonna go with Robert Lukens. I think Robert Lukens in the 20 car, he gets it done to make sure he gets into that All-Star race.
Yeah, I think picking Lukens is a good pick, but I think I'm going to go for the driver of the number 54, Zach Amon. I think will be the one to bring it home in this qualifying race here tonight.
That wraps it up for qualifying, and actually we had a late entry in Christopher Bassinger as he joined just before qualifying session got over. Obviously won't be able to complete a qualifying lap, but he is able to race in the open race. So let's go ahead and look at our starting order. Starting P1 is going to be Noah Mayeri, followed by Robert Lukens in P2, Austin J. McGill in P3, Zach Amon in P4, and Brian Dees will start P5.
Following that up in the 6th position is going to be that 5 of William Martin. In 7th is the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. In 8th, the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. And rounding out the field, didn't set a qualifying lap. Kind of joined about a second late, but just in the nick of time. That 14 car, that's Christopher Bassinger. He is going to round out your field here. And that is who is going to be running in tonight's qualifying race for the All-Star, which, of course, they're qualifying for that starting position, I believe that would be for this All-Star race that'll happen later tonight.
So as we await the field to get on the grid, looks like everybody is on the grid. That iRacing pace car will start to go around 2 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway for pace laps. And just a short 20-lap sprint here. Not much time at all for these guys to make something happen.
Yeah, 20 laps, especially at a track like Bristol, it's going to go by in an instant. I'm not anticipating this race to be a very long outing. I'd be willing to bet we're here not even 10 minutes for this race, and that's even including a couple cautions if we get any. So it should be exciting to watch, but as we see the field come around, they're going to get to 1 to go this time. Bye. We look at some of the cars throughout the field here. I noticed there is one paint scheme that I would like to point out here. I'm in favor of. It's that number 21 there. That very, very vibrant yellow SpongeBob scheme stands out like a sore thumb among these cars. But he's out there ready to go and try to win it here. That is Austin McGill. He'll be starting third in this one. So, 1 to green here. 20 laps to set the starting lineup for the All-Star race.
That pace car is going to make its way down pit road. A lot of drivers anticipating the start already, but the green flag is now out. Noah Mayuri not able to pull away at all. These guys are so evenly matched. Robert Lukens able to find a hole down to the inside after losing a spot to McGill.
He immediately went back to the top. Here comes William Martin in the 5 there on the inside. Battle for third, heating up already, is now the 20 of Lukens. Comes now trying to get underneath Zach Amon. Have that backwards. It's Zach Amon to the inside of Robert Lukens.
And it appears bottom is really the place to be, as William Martin's going to go around and more get collected.
And just like that, Zach Amon is in it. William Martin was in it. Robert Lukens in it as well. A massive accident here, just 2 laps into it.
See Zach Amon going for a ride.
It looked like it was just a little too close for comfort, just a slight bit of contact between the 5 and the 20. You see the onboard there of William Martin. But he gets it corrected there to the incident. You see that contact right there between the 5 and the 20, and there's nowhere for the 54 to go. Zach Amon. And just like that, my pick already out of it. At least in the early goings, it looks like he might be out of it. You're just looking through that wreck. It looks like one other car got swept up into it, but not too much damage. That is the 34. Michael Thorpe Jr. got some good contact off of the 5, but outside of that, everybody else able to avoid disaster.
And I'm not sure how many fast repairs these guys get. Definitely can tell at least one, as that car, the 54 machine Zach Amon, is already fixed. As well
Something
as
I'm noticing here, I have picked up caution laps not counting, so might play a factor at some point here tonight. At least for this run here, that no caution laps count could be big for some of these guys. If they don't have to worry about it, getting repairs done, they can get everything taken care of on pit road before the green flag.
That is pretty interesting. Makes things a little bit more tight, you know. You can't just run laps under caution and have the laps click down. You got to race the 20 laps. And Noah Mayuri, much better restart here out of Noah Mayuri, not wasting any time. He's already pulling away from Austin J. McGill.
Yeah, noticing he took the top lane there, and that's the big thing. Getting that launch, heading down the front straightaway into turn 1, you can clear to the bottom quick, and you can get out to a huge advantage like Mayuri just did. He's going to try to run away with this. That 21 and that 41, Austin McGill and Dalton Kilrow are going to try to keep pace with our race leader.
Dalton Kilrow trying to get a run on the outside, is able to close up to McGill just a little bit. They're going to be side by side. Is Kilrow able to do anything with it? He is not, as he has to go back behind that 21.
Like I mentioned too, not only is the track itself, like a plate race, with qualifying, but it also kind of works that way here with these cars with the draft. I mean, you're seeing that here. The outside lane is able to get a good run if they get behind the leader, Noah Maori, and then you see as soon as they get stuck with the 8 car going to the bottom of the outside lane with no help, their run just immediately dies off, and you see an aggressive move there by the 21 trying to get around Dalton Kilrow, now under fire from, I believe that is Brian Dees.
Yeah, Kilrow actually was able to get underneath McGill, and that made McGill lose a position. McGill, of course, trying to get that spot back from Kilrow, was not able to. Now you see that 21, McGill, shuffled to the outside lane, just trying to find a hole, and he cannot find one at all down below. Right now, it is a freight train on the bottom, and McGill is the only one stuck on that outside.
He's dropping like a rock right now, just dropping all the way to the tail end of this line. 9th place now for Austin McGill, as you see him force his way to the inside of the 14 of Christopher Bassinger. Now he goes to PA, but now the battle for the race lead. Here comes Dalton Kilrow to the inside of Noah Maori for the race lead.
And just like that, Noah Maori on that outside lane. We saw just a moment ago how hard it is to do anything on that outside lane. Noah Maori trying to hang on, though. 11 laps to go in this race.
No, indeed it is 10 laps to go. 10 laps to decide this one here. The 17 of Brian Dees to the inside of Noah Maori. This is for second, but trying to set up to be the man to make the move here to get in the catbird seat, wrecking in the front straightaway. Spinning. Michael Thorpe Jr. on the apron. He's going to get it back rolling. No caution. They continue to race up front. Michael Thorpe looked like he got a little bit of help getting sideways there, but he was able to keep it off the wall, really. He was able to get it back rolling, and he was on the apron, so no caution. Meanwhile, the battle is heating up for the race lead. Brian Dees wants the point. He is going for the top spot.
It's right here with Brian Dees.
Oh, aggressive move to the inside. Maori went on the apron, tried to make the move, couldn't get there. That's going to check up the inside line massively, and that opens the gap between himself and Brian Dees, now second place with a decent advantage over the 8 car.
Brian Dees no longer having to play defense for the time being. Just focus on offense. Dalton Kilrow has the position everybody wants. Brian Dees in the best position possible to try to steal that spot away from Kilrow.
Looking back on it, it looks like the 17 forced him down below the apron. He was trying to get the run. The 17 blocked him, and down below the apron, he went, washed up in the corner, and checked everybody else up. But now you see they've got the run. They're back to this pack. 4 laps to go.
Noah Maori trying to look underneath. There's going to be contact.
Around goes the 54, Zach Amon. The 5, William Martin is around. Around the 14, Christopher Bassinger. And just like that, it's now a 3-car breakaway. 3 laps to go. Somehow there's still no yellow. There's the caution, as they're still wrecking. The 20, the 54, I'm sorry. Zach Amon upside down and over after contact with the 14. And just like that, we're going to have a 4-lap shootout to the finish on a restart. And that 54 is upside down on his lid after contact from the 14.
Was able to take a tow truck to pit road. Austin McGill stopped on the front stretch. He's rolling now.
14 must have had contact with the 21. Radio chatter, they're just playfully, throwing some words out at each other. But looking at the replay there to what actually caused the yellow, so the 14 had spun. He had hit the inside wall, pretty much tore off the front end of the car. And as soon as he got back rolling, you just see the 54 just gas it up and then just hits them and just flips in a bizarre fashion. You see right there, I can't explain how that one happened, but it did. And the 54 wound up on his lid. And then looking to see what happened to the 21. The 14 just turns him.
Yeah, there's a lot to dissect here because of just so much going on after the fact.
Oh, even more still going on right now. The 14 still on the back of the 21. Obviously, it's just being playful, but at the same time, he's still hit him. Now the 21 dives down under the apron ahead of the pace car. I wonder if he's just trying to stay away from that 14 for all he can. So, drivers have chosen what lanes they want. I want to say the 21 was the leader at the time of the yellow, but I'm not too sure because when the field freezes, it kind of throws iRacing for a loop and it doesn't know what to do. Actually, it might actually be the 17 of Brian Dees, but you notice something here. That 21 is lonely at the top. He is the only car to have chosen the outside lane here coming to this restart.
Yeah, everybody wants the bottom. Very interested to see what Austin J. McGill will be able to do. That pace car makes its way down pit road inside the restart zone. Brian Dees hits the gas, and look, McGill is clear. McGill has a chance here.
Gets down to the bottom. He has now got a line second in line on the inside. He'll have a shot to push for it. Brian Dees maintaining the race lead, coming to the line this time. It'll be 2 laps to go. That 5 is spinning, though. Around he goes. Able to keep it off everybody else. We're still racing, 2 laps to go. Contact in the back, the 14 and the 41. During each other, sliding through the infield they go. Wrecking up to the 20 cars in it, as is the 34. Michael Thorpe. Robert Lucan's wreck. White flag is out, doesn't matter. Brian Dees looks to hold off Austin McGill for the final time into 3 and 4. The 21's not going to have a chance to send it in on him. He's run out of time through 3 and 4. Brian Dees is going to win the qualifying race here for the Slide Jawb Racing League All-Star Race.
Austin McGill will take second. Noah Mayuri, who is charging hard, third. Robert Lukens, P4, and Christopher Bassinger, P5.
Hero brings it home, P6. Thorpe, 7th. Martin, 8th. And Zach Amon, 2 laps down. In 9th is where he will be scored. But qualifying win goes to the driver of the 17, Brian Dees. As he slides it down there. Now he's going to go up to the start-finish line. Looks like he's going to burn it down here.
And those are victory donuts out of Brian Dees. Driver that number 17. Let's go ahead and see if we can speak with our race winner. And actually, Dawson, I think you have a copy with him.
Indeed, I do. Here in the victory lane for the Slide Jawb Racing League at Bristol Motor Speedway for the qualifying race, it's Brian Dees. Brian, congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You know, we saw how this race kind of ran. It was very much a give and take on the bottom. You had to kind of wait your time out, bide your time to get the runs. What got you that front there in the end of it?
I don't know. Dalton was leading, and he just kind of decided to pit. I'm really not sure why. But I took the lead, and from there on, there was only like 3 laps left, so it was basically just look in the mirror and block.
And we saw with some of these runs, you know, the blocks worked out for some, not so for others. The 21 able to hold off the 8 with some pretty aggressive blocks, and some of the other ones resulted in wrecks. So what is that going to feel like? Obviously a very different car coming into the All-Star race, but is that going to play a factor tonight, do you think?
Uh, it's that old phrase, it's Bristol, baby. So you never know. Hopefully there's not any short track tempers tonight. Hopefully everybody kind of just chills out, has a good time, has some fun with it, and I don't know. I guess I'll be starting on pole for it, so you never know. You might see that 17 car out there throwing some blocks.
Well, all right, we'll let you get ready for that main event. Hopefully we can talk to you later here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
And that was race winner Brian Dees, driver the number 17. So that does it for the qualifying race. And we set our sights to the All-Star race itself. And this is where the drivers, they're going to find themselves right back in their cup cars.
Yeah, it's going to be a big change as well, because you're going from just a small, silly 34 Legends car, and now you're going to transition into the next gen car. So it's definitely going to be a race of just re well, I would say re-grasping what you were doing in practice earlier beforehand, just relearning the next gen again after racing that car, having to readjust to it, and seeing how you can do in this All-Star race.
I'm definitely excited to see, the All-Star race here at Bristol. It's actually an interesting choice for an All-Star race. I know it actually was done once in real life, which happened in 2020. And, I think that it's an interesting choice. I think it's a pretty cool choice to have a short track all-star race. And, these guys at Slide Jawb Racing League, they have just put on great shows week in and week out. Every week that JCTV has been calling these races, I have enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Should provide some good racing here. Very, very excited to see how this will play out.
Well, we are going to step away for a few. Uh, don't have to go anywhere though, as we'll still be right here. Just will be stepped away for a bit. Get into new session, get everything loaded up, make sure we're good to go. So won't be too long, and we'll be right back with you. We are back from our small break, transitioning sessions. Right here with the Cup car now. In the Slide Jawb Racing League. All-Star race. See there, the number 17, Brian Dees, who just took the win in the qualifying session. Just turned the laps. Currently P8 on the practice board here. And there's only 30 seconds left in practice. So, you know, as far as pick to win, Dalton Kilroe, I know he's really good. And with the, you know, Cup cars, we saw a lot of good racing at Phoenix not too long ago, 2 weeks ago. Very interesting. You know, I think guy to pick to win is Zach Amon. After the way he performed at Phoenix, not taking the win in that race, but I think that 54 going to take this win in the All-Star event.
Looking through the field here, I think it's going to be a good run here tonight. 11 drivers printed here. But I think I'll have to go with a different pick. I'll have to go with someone a little more out there that we didn't see earlier on. That one of Ty Marasco. I'm going to pick out him as my pick here for this first ever race for me up here in the booth.
So right now what's going on is these drivers are getting into position. So Brian Dees, winning the qualifier, will cycle up to the front. Austin J. McGill will be P2 here. Noah Mary, 3rd. Robert Lukens, 4th. Christopher Bassinger, 5th. And Dalton Kilroe, P6. Looks like Michael Thorpe Jr. P7, William Martin P8, Zach Amon P9, Ty Marasco P10, and Zachary Wareham will start P11 for the All-Star race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, last great Coliseum.
11 drivers in the field here, so just enough to make it a little exciting here, because, you know, any kind of racing here, no matter how many cars there are, you're always bound for something to happen. And I think we're going to see that something happen here tonight. Pace car pulls off. Green flag is out. We're racing in the All-Star race here. 150 laps in a wreck already. Was that our pole sitter?
It was. Brian Dees had an issue, went around, and now he has a broken toe link on the back of that car. Lukens involved.
Nowhere to go for some of these guys.
Kilroe involved, and Zachary Wareham also involved.
Austin J. McGill got some damage. Robert Lukens was in it. 41 just barely clipped Kilroe, and then you saw the 5 of Robert Martin, or William Martin, excuse me, and the 12 of Zachary Wareham just pile in. Nowhere to go for them. But I see Michael Thorpe Jr. also had some issue as well, trying to miss that wreck. Got hit by Lukens as he was trying to go by and just spun him up as well. So a lot of carnage on lap 1 on the start of the race. It just looks like the 17, when he shifted, it just jumped around from underneath him and sent him around into the wall.
You know, I'm wondering. I saw there when we were just looking in the cockpit. You see, right underneath the RPMs where that's red, there's a gear, and it appears Brian Dees might have started in first gear.
That's something you may have been able to get away with in that Legends car, but definitely not something you can do in the next gen.
So laps are counting here in the All-Star race. And Michael Thorpe Jr. appears to be out front. Unless if there is a scoring issue. I think it's actually going to be Noah Mayuri with the lead here. So, a little glitch in iRacing is when at the start of a race and on restarts, if there is a wreck before the start finish line, then for some reason it has this weird cycle thing where it'll show some drivers that are in the back ahead of everybody else, and then once the lights go off on the pace car, it'll have them go around like they're wave around cars. So Michael Thorpe Jr., Dalton Kilroe, and Robert Lukens here, if I am correct on what I am saying here, they're not lap cars. They're not going to be lapped down, but Noah Mayuri will have the lead. These three of Thorpe, Kilroe, and Lukens will just go around as if they are wave arounds. And as the lights go off on the pace car, that is the case. Noah Mayuri did choose the outside lane. And one thing that we haven't really talked about is Juice Cone is in effect tonight for this All-Star race. So they get to choose what lane they want to be in, whether they want to restart on the outside or the inside. You saw in that Legends car race, a lot of drivers wanted the outside lane. Well, here we're in the Cup car. Noah Mayuri, he took the outside. Dawson, why don't you call us back to green here?
Get ready to do that. Going green. Noah Mayuri with a huge jump as we go green again. If you pull up that score, you pull up that graphic there that shows our top 10 here, you can see he's already checking out from the field. The battle is for second. Austin McGill, Christopher Passenger now. They battle, finding himself in fourth place. Ty Marasco, and then in fifth, it's William Martin. You see sliding there. Slowly, the 5 and the 1 both having issues through turn 4, but they're able to maintain and keep it straight, and they keep it clean as Noah Mayuri jumps out to just a half a second lead now on Austin McGill. Ooh, issues again. 20 car Robert Lukens slow on the front stretch. Looks like he got loose at a 4, and there's a left front wheel that just is not spinning for him. So possible damage to the front of that car, possibly a toe link broken on that 20 machine.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate for Robert Lukens. He has no turn at all.
If you can look and see at that left front is not moving at all. And you see he'll pull down to pit road. If he can make it to pit road, even, man, just missing the barrels. As he pulls into pit road, the field goes by. Noah Mayuri leading here at Bristol.
And they are pulling away from third place. Michael Thorpe Jr., that is the number 8 of Noah Mayuri, the 21 of Austin J. McGill. McGill is keeping Mayuri honest here, and as they are catching a lap car of Brian Dees, pole sitter tonight, Noah Mayuri had to run the top. That time through, ran the bottom, got a little bit loose. Mayuri elects to run the higher line through 1 and 2. Austin McGill being held up by Brian Dees just a little bit.
Only just a little bit, but still enough to cost him some time to our race leader, Noah Mayuri. Still a half a second is the gap for the top 2. But after that, 2 seconds back to third place. That is now the 34 of Michael Thorpe. And we're just watching them. They're going to try to start to knock some of these laps down. It's 150 laps. You know, a long way to go in this race. So we're going to see these guys kind of buckle down and maybe try to just run some laps and just keep it rolling here to get to the end of this one. Because we've got a long way to go as we've got 7 cars on the lead lap.
Tonight's race is broken down into 3 stages. Stage 1 of this all-star race is 75 laps. And that may seem like a lot, but around Bristol, it's really not, as Austin McGill may have caught the wall just a little bit there through 1 and 2.
But you notice, too, though, he's still catching the race leader. He is still pulling up to that 8 of Noah Maori. Now he's going to see if he can try to make a move and go for this race lead.
The other thing that I want to note, Dawson, that is really important here is they only have 1 set of tires in the pits. Right here, McGill is driving very hard to catch up to Noah Maori. This is going to upset his tires. And I would think that these guys are going to save their tires through the end of stage 2. So you're going to put 100 laps on your tires, essentially, before coming down into pit road. So right now, Austin McGill pushing pretty hard. That's going to cost him later on in the race in stage 2.
You say it's going to be a case of they're probably going to run 100 laps, but you know somebody is waiting to make that call. They are going to pit at the end of this one here. It's 75, 25, and 50. So if you pit after the end of this one, it's an even 50% for the race on one set and the other set of tires. So you can have a split race, or you can try to take that 50 lap run on the fresh tires. You see that 21 pull right up to the back of the 8. He is all over him trying to catch him, but also too what I'm seeing, if you look, 3rd place right now, he has closed the gap. He's down to a 2nd behind our race leaders as they go side by side for the lead. The 21 of Austin McGill is trying to work the inside to get around Noah Maori.
Noah Maori doing a great job using that higher lane. And McGill, he just cannot get the power off of the corner that he wants, which is keeping Maori ahead.
Look at this run here. The 21's going to have a really good run. He's got to get out of it a little bit to not wash up into him, but this 21 car is going to take the race lead, I believe, here. If he can just get a good run off of 3 and 4, Austin McGill still side by side with Noah Maori. Now Maori gets the wall a little bit. That should open the door, and it will. Austin McGill is going to clear for the race lead with a crossover attempt by Noah Maori as he drifts to the bottom.
And here is Michael Thorpe Jr. into the picture. These top 3 pretty much under a blanket as Thorpe drives it in deep a little bit through 3 and 4. Going to try to look underneath that 8 machine of Noah Maori.
And look who's behind him, the 41, Dalton Kilrow, the 5, William Martin. They were involved in that lap 1 incident, and they are now within a 2.5 seconds. You see the 21 drives up into the wall yet again. Just cannot keep it off of the outside wall as he continues to run that top lane here, trying to run away from the field. But that 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. is keeping him honest. He is keeping him within striking distance.
And look here. Already another position lost by Noah Maori as Dalton Kilrow able to get by Noah Maori.
I'm starting to think Maori pushed a little too hard too early as he is fading fast. You know, he's like a rock in the pond, just dropping to the bottom. As he goes to 4th, now under fire from William Martin. That would be for the 5th position that he would drop to if he gets past. But right now, the top 3, they're under a blanket once more. Dalton Kilrow now playing the 3rd member of the group. As you see them right now, nose to tail and nose to tail. Here comes the 34. Michael Thorpe Jr. to the inside, going for the race lead.
Not able to make it stick. Dalton Kilrow just waiting for a gap so he can go through. Kilrow really doesn't want to see it 3 wide at all. Just being patient here as McGill gets into the wall once again.
But I'm noticing, too, he does that. He's able to carry speed out of the corners, so I'm wondering if they're going to look into something like that. And you see an issue in the back. The 5 of William Martin got the wall pretty good there. Almost wiped out the 1 and the 8. Ty Marasco, Noah Maori able to make it by, but that 5 of William Martin drops 2 spots. as now he goes back to battle with the 8 car of Noah Mayuri. We got a battle heating up once more for the race lead now. Here comes Dalton Kilrow trying to get to the inside of Austin Miguel, still side by side.
Dalton Kilrow rolling the bottom really well, but that high lane exit speed out of Austin J. McGill is just so powerful. Right
All
here.
it takes is clearing, and there it is. You see, Kilrow moves to the top. Now move Austin McGill to the bottom. I'm going to try to make the bottom stick, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Dalton Kilrow now takes the race lead.
Great textbook pass out of Dalton Kilrow to get around McGill. That was pretty much a classic move of a slide job, and then of course McGill trying the crossover move, just wasn't able to execute it.
You see now, Austin McGill is falling back into the hands of Michael Thorpe Jr. This is the battle now for second, the battle for fourth heating up. Ty Marasco going to have to hold off Zach Amon, as here comes Amon to the inside, going for the 4th position.
They're going to be side by side. Amon able to get past Marasco without issue. I think Marasco just didn't really want much of an issue there, much of a battle, and just allowed Amon to take it.
And now we're starting to see the field spreading out a little more than we've seen so far with this run going on. Everybody is starting to kind of just inch away from each other, you know. Kilrow is out to an 8/10, almost 9/10 of second lead now on second place Austin McGill. Michael Thorpe Jr. is currently, just about, give it about 5/10 behind second place. And you back it up 2 seconds back, then a second, just over a second back, 7/10 back, just all over the place right now. But what I am seeing is I think we're seeing that tire wear kind of play a factor in how this run is going here for some of these drivers.
Yeah, and seeing how hard some drivers were pushing it early, I think is definitely an effect. I mean, you look at Noah Mayuri, and it really didn't seem like he was the one that was pushing too hard. Mayuri is in P6 here, and a little ways ahead of William Martin, but there's not much of a cushion.
Well, more than a little ways ahead. That 5 of William Martin currently 10 seconds off the leader, 4 seconds off of Mayuri. Currently being passed by the 17. You see him get the wall again. Being passed by that 17 of Brian Dees, who's 5 laps down. That's going to mean that the leaders are coming soon. We're on lap 45 of 150. Going to be 30 laps to go at the line this time here for the stage. And that 5 car has about a half a corner lead. He's got a straightaway lead right now on the race leader. So things are close for the 5 to going a lap down here before this stage ends.
Riding on board with William Martin now.
Struggling hard. Those tires are gone. Just watching the lap times, the leader put down a 16.3. William Martin put down a 17.2, almost a second slower than our race leader as he continues to close in on the slower car. William Martin is now at risk of being a lap down to our race leader, Dalton Kilrow.
So what I want to explain to the viewers right now is, if you listen to the car, he is out of the throttle for a very long time. And Bristol is a very heavy momentum track where, yeah, you have to get out of the throttle, but you can get back into the throttle a lot sooner. And right now, William Martin is struggling so bad that, even when his car is idle, it just wants to drift up to the top, drift up to that wall. And here you see he is about to go a lap down to that 41 Dalton Kilrow. But, yeah, William Martin, he is just struggling and has no grip. I expect, as much as I said, I would expect drivers to wait till after stage 2 to pit. I think if you are, Dalton Kilrow, Austin McGill, Zach Amon, you don't pit here. But if you're a guy like William Martin, I think you have to get tires here. and just try to save your tires all throughout Stage 2 and Stage 3.
Yeah, I mean, a 25-lap run will be easy to try to save tires on. But at the same time, it's also an easy run to kind of just maintain your car. So for somebody like Dalton Kilrow, Austin McGill, like Zach Amon, like you said, there's no reason to pit. There is no reason to pit at the end of the stage unless you want to get some damage repaired and just see if that might be affecting your car. Outside of that, those other guys there, you might see a 34 of Michael Thorpe come down pit road. Ty Marasco may come down. Even Noah Maori, they may come down pit road and see if they can get some service done to get the car prepped the way they want it to go. But something I do notice, just the setup difference too, possibly. It looks like it's a custom setup, I believe, so anybody can use whatever setup they like, I believe. So that could very well play a factor in how this race runs. Some of these guys could have some adjustments they make throughout this run. As I see here, the 54, Zach Amon is deep in lap traffic. At the 5 of William Martin up to the top of him, and he almost gets into him there, coming into 3 and 4. And he's able to get by. Behind him, you see back out on track. He's 34 laps down. It's the 20 car. That is Robert Lukens. He's moved up to 9th. He is currently the last car on track, the last car running. Everybody else out of the race. Christopher Bassinger left. Zachary Wareham is out after that lap 1 incident as well. But outside of them, everybody else, 9 cars on track running. Everybody is out making laps here as we come to, I believe this will be 16 to the stage.
Yeah, 59 laps complete. We are on lap 60. And so far, it's been all Kilrow. Ever since he took the lead, Kilrow has pulled away from McGill. Kilrow right now putting down some blazing laps.
Battle for 5th starting to heat back up, as is now the battle between the 34 and the 5. He's still close by with them, but he's able to clear. That is Michael Thorpe clearing the 5. Next in line for them, next in line for the 5 of William Martin. He's got the 1 of Ty Marasco and the 8 of Noah Maori closing in on him, both of which are right there with each other, battling for the 5th spot. As you see, the 1 car kind of slides to the bottom while Maori tries to take the top. They're going to see if they can't duke it out here and see who will finish 5th in this first stage.
These guys got to be careful because not too far behind. Well, about a straightaway behind is race leader Dalton Kilrow. They really start battling and slowing each other down. That might bring in Kilrow, and he could lap both these guys.
I don't know about that. Coming up on 11 laps to go, it would take a heavy mistake from one of these 2 drivers to really allow them to get lapped. I mean, they're currently sitting, about 10 seconds back from the race lead. It's about 16 seconds will get you lapped. And they're not really losing time to the race leader. So the only way that gets held up is if this 5 car plays a factor, and we'll see what happens with the 1 here first. Ty Marasco going to be the first to navigate past that 5 of William Martin. And that'll leave Noah Maori to have to clear the 5 as well. He'll go to the inside line. And I believe he'll get down there and able to try to clear him. And with that 5 car now is going to have to hold on for about maybe 8 more laps to see if he can't stay just 1 lap down.
And if William Martin is able to, he will be free pass to be back on the lead lap. It appears he will be the free pass regardless. It's just a matter of will he be 1 lap or 2 laps down.
Or even no laps down. If he gets a lucky dog here, if he's able to hold on to being a lap down, he'll be on the lead lap. If he gets lapped again, that'll put him 2 laps down. And that'll put him, when he gets the lucky dog, just 1 lap down instead of 2, but he'll still be a lap down. But a 25-lap run should be enough for him to maintain, as we got 6 laps to go in the stage. Dalton Kilrow is closing in on him. It looks like he's going to end up going a 2nd lap down.
And here we got a battle for 2nd place. Zach Amon right there with Austin J. McGill.
And something else I'm noticing, they're only just a second back from the race leader. They've kind of slowly closed back in. Little by little, they've been running faster laps than our race leader. But it's just not going to be enough time for them for this stage. As Dalton Kilroy comes to 3 and 4, he's going to take 4 to go here in stage number 1. Austin McGill, Zach Amon going to be left to battle for second place right now as this show goes on. Kilroy leading the way.
Of course, I did pick Zach Amon. He looked really, really good in that race just a couple of weeks ago at Phoenix. Absolutely dominating the race before, a late caution came out. Pit strategy happened, and ultimately Zach Amon did not end up in victory lane in a race that it looked like was his to lose. This is not at all like Phoenix, but it is a short track, and you see Amon, he's been able to get up there and race to the top. Caution is out, and I believe that is going to be the stage caution.
Yeah, it is. It looks like what they're doing for these, instead of throwing them at the lap after and concluding, they're going to throw it the lap up. So lap 75 is when the caution was going to be thrown, not the lap before the caution was thrown. Is my understanding of it. So 75 laps have been run. Dalton Kilroy wins the first stage of the Slide Jawb Racing League All-Star Race. There you see the 5. That is William Martin. He's going to get his lap back, at least one of the 2. And you'll see the 41 is going to pull down pit road, the 34 along with him. Everybody else electing to stay out. I wonder, are they going to take tires, or is this just going to be a call to come down and get some damage repaired, maybe make some adjustments on that setup? So the 41 doesn't do, maybe just some adjustments and maybe some fuel, but that 34, Michael Thorpe is going to take his tire set now. And I see the 17, the 20, and the 5 have just been hot lapping here. So I'm wondering if they're just waving them around, letting them get their laps back, and seeing how close they can get back to it. I think Brian Dees might be close enough to get his laps back entirely. You see Noah Maori on pit road. I think the 17 might be lucky enough to get back on the lead lap. The 5 of William Martin gets back on the lead lap. He is on pit road now. Brian Dees now 2 laps down. He should have enough time to get to being 1 lap down. As for a comparison, the 20 of Robert Lukens, he is 30 laps down. So he'll have to get a ways to go here this next go around and this next caution.
Very nice of the admins of the series to allow these guys to get as many laps back as possible. It is the All-Star race, so, different rules here than what you normally would see in a regular season race.
So I want to point out, we had some more pit stops. Noah Maori came down pit road. William Martin, when he got his lap back, he came down, and I believe Zach Amon is currently missing. Not sure if he blinked out or anything, but his quality has dipped tremendously. So we may be losing the 54 of Zach Amon. The quality down to 28. I don't think we're going to see him reappear. I think we're going to see his name disappear entirely here. So not what we wanted to see there, is he'll wind up now passed by the 17 of Brian Dees. So connection issues going to wipe out the 54 of Zach Amon and take him away from this race. But came so close, but I just want to point out the 17, Brian Dees, all that hard work. He got so close to it. He is 1 lap down. And you see there, Zach Amon has dropped bracket loss. The common iRacing cancer has taken out the 54 from this one. So, Austin McGill, Ty Marasco, Dalton Kilroy, Michael Thorpe, Noah Maori, the top 5. 6th place, William Martin is on the lead lap. After that, everybody else is down a set of laps. Pace car dives off. And away we go. 25 laps for segment 2.
Great restart there out of Austin J. McGill. He is already going to be clear of everybody else. And McGill trying to get away from those fresh tires as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the highest up on fresh tires right now, the 34. Michael Thorpe Jr., he took tires that pit stop, and he is going to push hard to make sure they count. He's to the outside of Dalton Kilrow, trying to make the top lane work. Here he comes, closing up on the race leader, Austin McGill, once more. Now, Michael Thorpe to second, gonna go for the race lead. Ooh, got right up on the back bumper, had to get out of it to not run him over, and look who's with him. William Martin is coming as well on fresh tires. They're going to go to the outside of the 21. Here comes Michael Thorpe to the race lead.
It's a great move. Oh, William Martin tried to go to the outside. That hole closed as McGill went to the outside. William Martin looking to the inside now to get it underneath McGill. He is able to. Now, Martin, P2, and pulling away.
And the big thing here, you're going to see from the 5 and the 34, they're going to look like superheroes. They are going to fly through the field and just fly away. They're going to pull away as far as they can from the 21 and the 41 and the 1 car. You know, they're going to run away with this right now. They're going to keep pulling ahead. But what they're going to realize here, after 25 laps, when we get that second caution, and McGill, Kilrow, Marasco, and Maiori take their tires, as well as Brian Dees, when he gets his lap back, you're going to see they're going to drop, and they're not going to be able to hold up for that final 50-lap run. So a good call for the short run, but for this long run, it's just not going to pay off.
Back here, 41, Dalton Kilrow to the inside of Austin McGill. McGill doing a great job to roll that high line, get back side by side with that 41, Dalton Kilrow.
And these two are fighting hard. I feel like this is going to be the fight for the win in this race. These have been the strongest 2 cars here on track, and I'm not surprised. They're still running 3rd and 4th. They're the first 2 on older tires, and they are the first 2 battling for positions on the racing surface. So that 41 trying to roll the bottom, he can't quite do it. You see back in the background, the 1, Ty Marasco, hit the wall there on the exit of 4. But meanwhile, looking up front, a 5-second lead for Michael Thorpe compared to these guys that are on the older tires. That 34, like I said, running away with it. He is on fire right now. 4 seconds over second place, William Martin. As the battle heating up still, continuing for 3rd, McGill and Kilrow going at it.
These two just cannot get away from each other at all. And looks like Kilrow dives in a little deep. Kilrow not rolling the bottom now, just trying to try the middle. Almost gets clear of that 21 of McGill. Will he try slide job? He is able to clear 21. And McGill does not try to go for a crossover move. Race leader Michael Thorpe Jr., he has almost caught up to the 17 car. Brian Dees, of course, Brian Dees, several laps down. Got all those wave rounds, was only 1 lap down. Could be looking at 2 down here at the end of this segment. Luckily, we are almost there at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Will be 2 to go this next time by. So we'll see how this field will manage as they come around here. We're going to see the 41, the 21, the 1, and the 8 on pit road to get tires. The 17 that he's going to try to fend off our race leader. Of course, he's on older tires, so he's going to have to fight like crazy to hold him off. See if he can just stay 1 lap down and maintain to get some more of that repair if he's got any left, and also get that fresh set of Goodyears on.
Michael Thorpe Jr. He's done a great job this stage.
And there's the
there
caution as he crosses the line for lap 100. So a 50-lap shootout lays ahead of us. Michael Thorpe Jr. taking tires will finish first. Same for William Martin, who pit and got second. But outside of that, they're going to end up dropping here pretty soon. Dalton Kilrow already on pit road, as is the one of Ty Marasco. They are going to pit and take their tires now. You see the field here bunching up. The 20 is going to start his run to get his laps back. The 17 is going to be the free pass. He's going to get that one lap back. So he'll be back on the lead lap. Now the 20 car gets to play the game of ring around the rosy. 28 laps down. He's not going to get them all, but he's going to get as many as he can. So we'll see what happens. But the 41 off of pit road, Dalton Kilrow is. The one of Ty Marasco maybe getting some extra damage repaired. As you see the field behind the 34 pull off. William Martin, Austin McGill, Noah Maori on pit road now. And you'll see the 17 maybe this next time around.
See the right side's up at that 21 as well as the 8 behind. William Martin already off pit road. Left sides go up for the 21 and the 8. Just sitting on pit road for a little bit longer. Have the pit crews massage the cars real quick. And Noah Maori is off. And Austin McGill leaving pit road as well. And Brian Dees is going to come down pit road, take his tires. So I expect these guys will be 2 laps to green here, and they will take the 1 to green at the line. The choose cone in effect. I expect to see Thorpe take the top here. Kilrow possibly taking the bottom would be my assumption. The only car that did not come down pit road is that number 34, Michael Thorpe. Of course, taking his tires 27 laps to go. And my surprise, Kilrow actually chose the top, William Martin, to the first car to go down to the bottom. So pace car will be making its hard left onto pit road. Michael Thorpe, the control car, he's inside the zone. He waits a while. Now he's on the gas. Thorpe already ahead. And William Martin did a great job rolling the bottom to get clear of Dalton Kilrow. And here comes Kilrow, though. Look at the inside. Already back by that 5. I think Martin had an issue getting off turn 4 as he lost 2 spots. And that other one to Austin J. McGill. Dalton Kilrow has the leader in his sights. Thorpe not able to just pull away like he was in stage 2. Battle here for the 6th position. Noah Maori rolling the bottom. Brian Dees rolling the top. Dees, those fresh tires have spent this entire race laps down, trying to set his sights on what's ahead. Meanwhile, McGill not really closing in on the race leader as quickly as I expected him to, but he is closing in ever so slightly. Faster than race leader Michael Thorpe Jr. Thorpe running the high line, McGill running the low line. See McGill. He is right there now. He is finally closed in on Thorpe. Looking to the inside. They're going to be side by side. Thorpe will have the advantage on exit. McGill gets loose. Saves it. Here comes Dalton Kilrow with all that momentum. And they're going to be side by side for second place now. It's Kilrow and McGill. Kilrow with the high line, trying to use that to his advantage. Kilrow will take second position over. Kilrow, now second place car, in the best position to go chase down that 34, Michael Thorpe, as he is closing in as well himself. Kilrow, right there to the bumper, going to look low. McGill trying to lower exit as well. They'll be side by side down the front stretch going into turn one. Dalton Kilrow easily rolling the bottom. Get past that 34. Thorpe not able to answer as McGill is to the inside. They are side by side for second place now. As Kilrow is pulling away from these guys running side by side. And the longer they stay side by side, this more and more this is going to play into Dalton Kilrow's favor. McGill still not able to clear Thorpe. Finally getting by that 34 machine. Thorpe looks to the inside, not able to make anything happen. It's Austin J. McGill. He is P2 once again, now trying to close in on Dalton Kilrow, race leader. Meanwhile, Noah Mary getting by William Martin for 6th place. And battle between Ty Marasco and Brian Dees. This is for P4. As they have closed in on that 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. Ty Marasco. Gonna look to the inside of Thorpe. Side by side, maybe a little bit of contact as they got really close together. Marasco gonna clear Thorpe. Brian Dees, if he wants to stay in the battle with 17 Ty Marasco, he's got to get by Thorpe very quickly here. So they're going to be side by side. Thorpe not going to battle Brian Dees too hard, as Brian Dees is already clear of Michael Thorpe. Now trying to close back in on Ty Marasco. On the other hand, talking about closing in, Marasco. Caution is out, though.
Caution's out. Wreck between the 20 and the 5, it looks like. Robert Lukens, William Martin stopped on the exit at turn 4, and just like that, this race has been turned back on its head. The caution coming out. And now we're going to look and see how that all started. I think it was just the 5 getting to the inside, washing up, and just, it almost looks like he tries up the track to get in the back of the 20, and around they go. A very slow caution here at Bristol, but a caution nonetheless that will check up the field. And I wonder if we're going to see the 20 car get to sit around and get his last back. Oh! And just like that, under yellow here, the 20 car had to get out and get in the wall. The 5 blocking the top lane from him. Wasn't allowing him to go there just too quickly. You see the 5 just parking it there on the back straight, on the front stretch there, up near the wall where this 20 car was trying to run. He's 25 laps down. So not a fight you really want to pick if you're William Martin here.
I'm not really sure what's going on there. Not really sure here, but Noah Mayeri and William Martin appearing that they're going to come down pit road, possibly for just a little bit of damage repair. See if they can have their pit crews massage their cars. Don Kilrow, he is in the best place possible for this restart. But one thing that I was noticing as we were closing in on our laps and just before that caution came out was Ty Marasco. He was closing in on McGill and was starting to...
Again, the 5 blocks the 20 as he's trying to get his laps back. Just continuing to pester him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. These two have some beef.
I mean, I would assume they would. They both wrecked together. The 5 pushes up into the 20, and then he just continued to kind of hold him up as he was trying to get his last back. But the 20 car on pit road, I believe he may be parking it for the race. Or at the very least, just kind of pulling down, maybe doing something, getting something done, but he's back rolling again.
I believe Lukens was taking his fast repair. Ty Marasco going to the bottom. That's actually pretty interesting. Marasco, he was bad fast there. And the fact that he's now going to be on the inside row of row 1. He's, I think, pretty dangerous here for some of these guys the way Marasco was closing in. Pace car going to make its way down pit road. Restart on Kilrose. He's in the box, and he goes right away. And
Make 18 laps to go.
Marasco under attack from McGill. These two battling side by side.
Oh, McGill a little hard. Noah Mayeri going to spin into the inside wall, and nowhere to go for the 34 of Michael Thorpe.
This race, it has definitely taken a turn. My guess is, being that it's the end of the race, McGill, he's trying to push his car pretty hard. And my guess is just on the throttle a little bit too soon. Go out there and plow the wall. See, his car is really damaged and not able to roll at all. McGill, 1 lap down. Noah Mayeri going and hitting the inside wall and getting hit a couple of times. See there the front damage to that 8 car. So I'm not 100% sure if these guys have unlimited fast repairs. But it kind of seems like that is Noah Mayeri's car. It just gets put back together. And he's already rolling. I expect these guys are going to get the one to green at the line this time. Lights should go off on that pace car. As they don't, so it should be 2 to green this time, and they'll take the 1 to green next time by. This is a smaller field than what we're used to seeing out of the SJRL guys, and you know, this is just kind of more of a for fun race, bragging race. You know, no points on the line, just all-star race win, and some of these guys out here just trying to have fun. Lights on the pace car are out. And Brian D's going to take the inside lane. Noah Mayeri as well. We're going to go back green with 11 to go. We'll see if we can keep it green or if there is another yellow. Pace car makes its way down pit road.
With 11 laps to go, Kilrow launching from the Geico restart zone with Ty Rasco right there on his back bumper. Here they come through 1 and 2. That one car, Ty Marasco now takes second. How about Brian Dees finding his way back up to P3 after all he's been through tonight? Now the battle is on. Noah Mayer to the inside of William Martin. That's for fourth. But here comes Ty Marasco trying to make a run here at the end of it.
Ty Marasco rolling a little bit of a higher line than Dalton Kilrow. That's going to help him on exit.
10 laps to go, now 9 laps to go here at the last Great Coliseum. These gladiators go into battle for the final few laps to see who will win the Slide Jawb Racing League All-Star Race. Kilrow leads, Marasco second, D's now third.
What's it going to take for these guys to win this race? Dalton Kilrow rolling the high line now through 1 and 2, but he goes down to the bottom through 3 and 4. And that allows Marasco.
Oh, Marasco on the wall. D's in the wall. They're still maintaining speed. They're still right there with Kilrow. Trying to run the top. Kilrow hugging the bottom. But it looks like they're starting to lose a little bit to the 41.
Not that many laps to go as they're taking the line. 6 laps to go here.
6 laps remain. The battle heating up for second. D's on the back bumper, Marasco, but it looks like losing time to the race leader. Dalton Kilrow continues to run out front. Here comes Brian D's peeking to the outside. Can't quite get the run on the one car. Now 5 laps remaining here at Bristol. Kilrow running away. Marasco, D's battle for second. Mayeri closing in. He's the 4th place car. Coming up, 4 laps remaining for Dalton Kilrow to take home the All-Star Race win.
Right now, it is Dalton Kilrow's race to lose as he is out ahead of these 3 of Marasco, Dees, and Mayeri. 3 laps to go.
Those 3 from second, third, and fourth, they're pushing with everything they got. See if they can't make something work. The catch is 41, but he is so smooth on the bottom, and he is able to just roll it out of the corners and just keep it straight and keep it rolling and just keep putting down the speed. Still running faster laps than everybody on track is Dalton Kilrow, coming to the white flag this time by 1 more lap. We saw him run to the front when he got the lead early on in stage 1. He ran away with it. Nobody was able to contest with him. And now, after this 50 laps sprint coming around through 3 and 4 for the final time. All-Star race win is going to go to Dalton Kilroe. He wins here at Bristol.
Rasco will take second, Brian Dees third, and Noah Mayuri will take fourth. Great battle out of those three. And teammates just celebrating with each other, I'm sure. Dalton Kilroe, the man on top, though.
Burning it down here on that SMI logo. Dalton Kilroe was able to pull it off here. A miracle run to the front in stage 1, and then able to pull it off in the final stage, the final closing laps, and now going for a little Polish victory lap. Alan Kolwicki made it famous, and you see this 41 get a roll the high banks of Bristol, going the opposite direction. Congratulations again, Dalton Kilroe, your all-star race winner. But let's take a look back if we can, Josh. That battle for second was pretty close. It heated up pretty much there coming to the end of it.
Yeah, those two, Rasco and Dees, they were battling really hard for second place there at the end.
Dees got right to the inside. He had a huge moment in 4 where he had a run to the 1 car. He tried to make the run work, couldn't quite get there, and just couldn't get to the side of the 1, and was able to just hold on to 3rd at least, as Noah Mayuri hit the wall coming off of 4 that final lap. But then the 1 car, of course, dumping the 17, the end of that one. But what do you say we talk to the driver who finished 3rd place, Brian Dees?
That's when
Hey, Brian, it's the guys in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Just interesting race out of 17 car. You started out front, had that mistake early on, and
We're not going to talk about that.
clawed your way back to the
front. we're just going to pretend that didn't happen.
So yeah, we'll pretend that didn't happen. So you started in the back, a few laps down, and just clawed your way up to the front. Different format tonight than regular series rules where the admins were allowing you to get your laps back. So just walk us through that whole process there of being multiple laps down and just trying to fight to not continue to lose laps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the type. I'm out here for fun. So I actually, at the start of the race, I didn't know that the admins were going to do that and let everybody get their laps back under caution. But I didn't want to quit and leave, so I just figured I'll hang around. And I was like, wow, I'm really slow somehow. I don't know why. And then maybe like 20 laps into the run, everybody that was blown by me, I started catching them again. So I was like, oh, okay, so everybody's burning their tires off, so all I got to do is take it easy and save tires. Then we got to that first stage caution and found out that they were going to wave everybody around, so figured, well, I've been saving the whole race, no point in pitting on that first one. We're going to get one more caution. I figured I'll get back on the lead lap, take my fresh tires then, and I was hoping that I would be able to save my tires for the end and have something for those top 2, but they were pretty much doing the same thing, I think, taking it easy, saving tires, so didn't really have much for them. Thought about giving Ty the old chrome horn there, but being teammates, thought maybe that'd be a long night in the hauler after the race, so I decided against it.
All right, well, third place run and hard fought, but who gets it done for you?
I got to thank MFRD, the sponsor, for the car and my team. Michael Falk at MF Racing Designs. You can look him up on Facebook if you're looking for a paint for iRacing. I think he's the best in the business. So yeah, check him out. And also thanks to all the admins who put this league on and set everything up. They come up with some pretty cool ideas for these special races, like the clash we had earlier this season and the All-Star race here. So definitely appreciate it, and thanks to you guys up in the booth for broadcasting us and making us look good.
All right, well, congrats on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, sounds good. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, that was Brian D's tonight's third place finisher. We go down to Dawson Allen, who has our second place finisher, Ty Marasco.
How's it going?
Hey, Ty Marasco, you were my pick to get it done here tonight. A second place finish is still strong nonetheless. Tell me, what was it like those final laps there trying to catch that 41?
Those final laps were tough. Obviously a teammate of mine, but I was catching him. I mean, on the restart, he was going low, I was going high, and then once he went high, he took the air off my nose, and it kind of made the car push a little bit, and I just didn't have anything for him after that, but good run for him. Wish I could have got it done for you. I thought I saved enough tire to get done, but we'll take second place. No problem with that.
Second place run, after the kind of up and down performance throughout the night, you were able to kind of recover after that long run in stage one, kind of dropping a little bit further back, able to recover for that short stint. And then, of course, this 50-lap run gets it home second. What was the track like there on the older tires, having to battle with that for that long time with only one set in the pits for you?
Just saving. It's this track will eat him up, and just getting out of the gas, letting it coast a little longer, don't get on the gas so quickly, and just trying to save the tire, run the bottom, and just be easy on them, because you only have one set, and you want to keep that for the final 50. So that's what we went for, and we got it done. We'll take second place for this. We had a fast MFRD Ford Mustang, so nothing we could do to beat that 41. That 41 was just too good tonight.
Pretty well. The floor is yours. The second place finish. Anyone you want to shout out? Teammates, sponsors? Who gets it done for that one car?
Obviously the teammates. Good win by Dalton and good third place finish. We had an MFRD sweep tonight. Good third place finish by Brian Dees. Michael Falk, MF Racing Designs, does a great job. Paints, and he paints beautiful cars, as you see on the broadcast tonight. So I'd like to shout out him. And our other teammate couldn't make it, but wish he could. Maybe he could have made it 1, 2, 3, 4. But we'll take 1, 2, 3 and move on to the next race, and hopefully get it done there.
Right. Well, congratulations once again. Second place finisher in the All-Star race for Ty Marasco.
Thank you, guys.
And that is going to make us go to victory lane here with Dalton Kilrow. And Dalton, not sure if you were listening to my picks for who I thought was going to win here in the All-Star race, but I started to say your name and was like, I know Dalton Kilrow is fast, but I'm going to pick somebody else. And I feel like you kind of used that as a little momentum to go out there and prove me wrong, and you did, as you had a strong race tonight.
Yeah, I do appreciate the little kind of match getting lit underneath me, because that kind of helped a little bit. But no, it was just pretty much just save the right front, because I knew it would start to push tight, and everybody was kind of dealing with that at their own pace. I saw those guys fly past me at the start, and I was like, here we go, see you in 20 laps, and sure enough. But no, it was just keeping it clean, staying consistent, not making any mistakes, and was able to play the restarts right at the end there and just come home with the win.
So tonight being, the All-Star race, different structure than a regular season race. Only one set of tires in the pit. So how important was it really to save the tires over the time and the kind of short stages?
Yeah, it was pretty important just because even though you may think like, you know, 50, 75 laps around Bristol, you might think that's not really that long of a run. But when you only got one set in the pits and you got 150 laps you got to go, it's the tire fall off itself from fresh tires to old tires was at least a second and a half. And if you overdrove it early and didn't take care of your stuff, it might have even been more than that. So you would have been just a sitting duck against somebody else that did save their tires and was able to play that well. I know one guy who was actually pretty quick was Almond. He made a mistake and took his tires like lap 2, so that was kind of unfortunate because it would have been fun to see if I could have beat him, but uh, tire saving wins.
Well, who do you got to think gets it done behind that 41?
You got to thank Daddy-O's Barbershop, Michael Falk, with everybody else at MFRD. We got a really good group going on. I think we're actually leading the team championship, so that's pretty cool. We've all been kind of firing on all cylinders, just hoping stuff goes right. Unfortunately, I know Brian had a mistake lap 1. We couldn't really anticipate that, but he had a nice recovery from going a bunch of laps down from that. You guys are doing the broadcast, and everybody else at Slide Jawb for putting the league on and coming out and racing for us.
All right, well, congrats on the All-Star race win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
And that was race winner Dalton Kilrow, driver number 41. All-Star winner. So, Dawson, I know it's your first race with me here in the booth for SJRL, Slide Jawb Racing League, but, obviously a different structure than what we see on a regular basis, but what was your thoughts tonight?
I thought even with the small car count, it was still a good race. I think we saw the ability for some of those guys to make the runs as the track started to wear in, and you got a little bit of a longer run that first stage. Some moves were able to be made, but of course it was all about that guy out front, Dalton Kilrow. As soon as he got out front, and he was gone. And we saw that, but the rest of the mid-pack, kind of bounced around back and forth. Some guys came and went through the field. We only had 6 cars on the lead lap at the end of that race, but they were all fighting hard and battling for it, going after it. So we really we saw a good race tonight, even though the car count really wasn't that high.
Absolutely agree with you there. It was great racing. I think these guys they just put on a good show and fun to watch every night, every Tuesday night that I get to do this. And, we look at our schedule. October 4th, we head to Homestead, 133 laps, and Homestead, that one is one of my favorite mile and a halves. Great track, and it has a lot of grooves that you can run. Put these guys at that track, and also, by the way, if you didn't check out Auto Club, that race went caution free, which is another multi-groove track, a little bit longer than Homestead, as the Auto Club is 2 miles long, Homestead 1.5 miles. But these guys, their last points paying race, they went 90 laps caution free around the Auto Club Speedway. Great tracks coming up with Homestead, Watkins Glen, Michigan. Really looking forward to the next few weeks, actually.
If my eyes are on any of those tracks that are coming up, I think Watkins Glen, that next race after Homestead. I think that's going to be a real outlier race to kind of keep your eye on. Watkins Glen always able to provide some really good racing no matter what you throw on it. It's a very fun track, and I love racing at the Glen. I think that could easily provide to be a very fun race. And a very tricky race for some of these guys who are going to have to utilize that brake pedal and that right turn a little more than usual.
Yeah, and for the viewers at home, I have to say, iRacing has done an incredible job with the next gen car at road courses. When we went to Watkins Glen in official series not too long ago, I had an absolute blast, and I'm not a road course racer at all. I think these drivers are going to have an absolute blast once we visit it in just a few weeks, and looking forward to that one as well. But Homestead next week, October 4th, and of course you can catch that right here, JCTV, Tuesday night. So, any final thoughts?
I had a great race, great fun tonight, especially with that qualifying race with the Legends cars. That was a lot of fun, and this race here, the main event, was also fun. Did not disappoint, and I had a blast being here tonight.
All right, well, that's going to do it from us here at JCTV. On behalf of the admins, the drivers, you guys watching at home, without any of you guys, this would not be possible. So thank you guys. Had an absolute blast up here. Thank you, Dawson. I'm Josh Coppernell, and stay safe, take care, and we'll see you next time.